Hello. In these videos, I'm going to remember, before to continue the topic with Conic, I'm going to remember what is the equation of the conic in the previous videos. In the previous videos, we were working with circles, ellipse, hyperbola, and the corresponding equation in standard forms is shown in this screen. Today, now, I'm going to introduce the general equation to represent a conic, and the equations, the general equations to represent the conic is these general equations. Then, when I give you in another example, in the next example, when I give you the equations of the conic in general form, you need to find what is the corresponding value of A, Z, D, E, and F. And when you have this information, you can decide if this is a parabola, or is this ellipse, or this is a circle, or this is a hyperbola. Now, I'm going to do some examples to classify conics. Example number 1, 16x squared minus 64x, 25y squared minus 100y plus 64 equals 0. You see, this is the conic in general form. According to this, to find the A, Z, D, E, and F, A is the coefficient of the x squared. C is the coefficient of y. This is C here. This is A. D is the coefficient of the x. Is this one. E is the coefficient of y. And F is the independent, the constant numbers. Then, using this value and the criteria, you can decide what conic is these equations in general form. In this case, A, this is A, and C have the same sign. According to this, if A and C have the same sign and A is equal to C, it's a circle. But if A is different of C, like this case, 16 is different of 25, then the equation represents an ellipse. Another example, we come to find what is the value of A, C, D, E, and F. Then the value of A, the value of the A is 9. The value of Z is -4. The value of D is 36. The value of E is 24. And F is -36. Then A and C has opposite sign. Then the equations represent hyperbola. I'm going to use the third classification. It's an hyperbola if A and C have opposite sign. The last one, x squared, ax plus y squared minus 2y minus 19. A is 1, C is 1, this A is -2, and F is 19. Now you see A and C have the same sign. The same sign is a topic 2, the same sign, and they are equals. If A is 1, C is 1, then A and C are equal. Then, using the second classification, the equation represents a circle. Now, we have another problem. What I kind do when I give you the conic in general form and you need to graph a conic, what you have to do? This is a new problem. I give you the equation in the general form and you had to do the graph. This is one example. Example number one. In this example number one, here you can use the classification to define what is the, finally, what is the, using the classification I was teaching before, you can classify what kind of conic is this conic in general form. But in the previous videos, we study how to make a graph of the conic when the conic is given in a standard form. Now, the first step is find the standard form of this conic. To do this, you need to group the x, you group the x, and you group the y. And I select the common factor between 16 and 64. The common factor is 16. And now, 60 common factor, and you leave this space because the intention now is do the complete square. When I finish the complete square, I will have the conic in standard form. Now, what I have to do, the same thing I'm doing with the y and another y. And the common factor is 25. 25 is a common factor. And you leave this space here, because I need to write some number here, and I need to write some number here to complete the square. Okay, one number I need to write is, now you select -4, and you divide by 2, and you get -2. And -2 squared is 4. The same thing you do with another equation. You get -a divide by 2 is -4, and -4 squared is 16. Now I have these two numbers, this number and this number. They are the number I'm going to use to do a complete square. Now I add to this equation. Now I rewrite here. Now in this area here, I'm gonna add 4. And here in this space, I'm gonna add 16. Okay? Then, if you add 4, and a 4, really you don't add 4. You add 16 times 4. And here you add 25 times 16. Then I'm gonna add 16 times 4 is 64. And a 25 times 16 is 100. Then when you add 4 here, really you added 16 times 4. And when you add 16 here, you adding 25 times 16, and this is 400. Now, this expression, all of this expression, this one is a complete square. Now I have 16 minus x minus 2. Let me erase this one. Let me erase. Then I have 16. What number I'm gonna write here to complete? This number, -2. Now it's x minus 2 squared plus x minus what number I'm gonna write here? This one, -4 is equal to 400. And now I'm going to divide by 400. Divide my whole equation by 400, And when you simplify 16 and 400, it's 25. And when you divide 25 and 400, you simplify, it's 16. Now, I have the equation in the standard form of ellipses. This is the ellipses. The ellipses in the standard form. And this is horizontal ellipses. Because a squared, I'm going to change the color here. A squared is this one, is 25. And the a squared is the denominator that includes the x-axis. That's the reason he's horizontal. Now, a squared is 25, b squared is 16, this is b squared is here, is 16. Then square root 25 is 5, square root 16 is 4. And now the center is h. H is 2, 4. You don't know how to find this value. I recommend you to watch the video about the hyperbole or an ellipsis, and you will see the video I show how to make a graph. Now the center is hk to 4. The vertices, because it's horizontal, is h minus a, is h minus 8, is 2 minus 5, and h plus 8, 2 plus 5. Now, the vertices is negative 3, 2 minus 5 is negative 3, 4, and 7 plus 4. And finally, the covertices, you subtract and you add b to the value of k. And now, another covertices, this is the covertices, and finally, this is the graph. Let me erase this to show the graph better. Okay, let's erase it here. I'm going to erase this, and I show you the graph. This is better to show the graph. Sorry here. Then, this, I'm going to remember this one. Remember, this is the center. I have the center here. You add to the right 5 units. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a vertex 1. And you move from the center 5 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There's 2 vertices. To find the covertex, you add b. b is 4. Then 1, 2, 3, and 4. And from down, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you make the ellipses. That's a one way. That's a one example. Another example, you do the same thing. I group the x. In this case, 9 is a common factor. And negative 4 is a common factor between here. I group the term with x and the term with y. The common factor between 9 and 36 is 9. Now you get it, because you see 9 times 4 is 36. You say 9 times 4 is 36. And 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 1 is 9. You do the same thing. Negative 4 is a common factor. Remember to change the sign here, because if you say negative 4 divided by negative 4 is 1. Now, 24 positive divided by negative 4 is negative 6. And you do the same thing. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 2 squared is 4. Negative 6 is this value. Divided by 2 is negative 3. Negative 3 squared is 9. Do the same thing. Complete the square. 9 here times 4 is 36. And negative 4 times 9 is negative 36. You put in the on the other side. And now, finally, and divide by 36. And finally, I have this equation. But now, this is the hyperbola in horizontal orientation. Because the first term of the hyperbola includes the x variable. When the first term includes the y variable, it's a vertical orientation. But in this case, horizontal orientation. Now, A squared, and A is 2, B is 3, H is negative 2, K is 3, the center. You want to see how to make a graph of the hyperbola? I recommend you to watch the video hyperbola I have in my channel. Vertices, the asymptotes, two asymptotes, and this is the graph. I'm going to erase. Let me erase this one to be better. Okay? Another very easy, for example, what do you have to do to make a graph? What do you have to do to make a graph? Well, after you have a center, this is the center here, this is the center, you move A unit to the right, A unit to the left. Now it says from negative 2, and A is 2. Now you move 1 and 2. And from the left, it says 1 here and 2. Because A, this is A, the value of A. And A here, A2. 1 and 2, you have the vertex. And from this vertex, B is 3. Now you move 1, 2, 3. This is another point. Now, when you got this point and you got the vertex, you connect these 2 points and you have the asymptote. The same thing from this one. You have in this vertex here, you are here, and you move 1, 2, 3, because B is 3, and you have this point and another vertex. And when you connect it, you have the asymptote and you make a graph. Another example. The same thing, you group the X, you group the Y. In this case, you don't have common factors. 16, the same step. You add 16, the same is the same. Now, in this case, it's a circle. And the circle, this is a circle. And the center is negative 4, 1. The center is negative 4, 1. The center is the circle. And the radius is the square root 36. Then I have the circle with the center negative 4, 1, and this is the radius, that's it 6. You count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, for this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here. 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the center. And you make a circle.